Hey, Young and the Restless fans! I've got your early weekly spoilers from March 2nd through the 6th. We're going to talk about Nick's spiral and Mariah's consequences. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, reach out and hit that subscribe button. As we always do on Early Edition Day, we start with what's coming this week. Then we dive into what is ahead next week. Let's get right into it on Wednesday, February 25th. It's the last day of sweeps, and we have Sienna back in Geno City, and she tells Noah she is there to stay. I mean, we'll see. I don't think so, but Sienna wonders if the Newmans will accept her, and Noah says, sure. And then he tells her that Phyllis stole the family companies. And then Noah gets threatening text from some anonymous number. But Sienna looks at it and says, that is Matt threatening him. It's basically him telling Noah he will see him in hell, so definitely a death threat. Meanwhile, Nick is irate that Matt Clark's charges were dropped, and the guy's on the loose. And Nick is panicking about Matt maybe being on the ranch right now. Victor has his security team out searching for Matt, and he's also concerned about Nick's pain level. But he snaps at Victor that he will take care of Matt, and then storms out. Nikki's also worried about Nick's pain, and says the medication doesn't seem to be helping. Well, I think the pain he's in is the pain the addicts are in when they run out of pain medication. So Nikki tells Victor about Victoria's plan to use Summer and Daniel against Phyllis, and Victor basically vetoes it. He thinks the Kane plan is still going to work. Sharon tries to reason with Phyllis over at the coffee shop, tells her she made everybody in Genoa City hate her, and Sharon asks if it's all worth it, and Phyllis says she will be forgiven, and then reminds her that Daniel forgave Sharon for framing him for Heather's murder. Woo! Sharon is offended that Phyllis went there, but she tells Sharon she has no remorse for her actions. So Sharon tries to say she's worried for Phyllis, and then Sharon says, you know, they still are friends. Their friendship is real. Their bonding was real. And then she opened up about how the Matt stuff is affecting her and giving her rage, and Phyllis understands that they're actually doing some bonding. This is the first real, polite, and meaningful conversation that Phyllis has had with anybody since this all started. So Sharon also says she understands why Phyllis lashed out at the Newmans, and Sharon says she wants to help her. Now, Phyllis warns against manipulating her or shrinking her, but Sharon tells Phyllis they're a lot alike and everything's going great. And then Nick comes in, and he is raging at Phyllis, and she ends up feeling tag-teamed by him and Sharon. Nick is vowing to destroy her, burn her whole life to the ground, and Phyllis gets up and leaves. And that really irritates Sharon, who snaps at Nick and says she was getting somewhere with Phyllis. But Nick says, no, you aren't. You know, Sharon asks about Nick's pain, and he says that Matt is the real issue, and he is vowing to murder him. Kane calls Amanda and says he's still trying to get the Newman assets back from Phyllis, but it seems impossible. And Kane tells Amanda, keep working on Plan B. Devin confronts Kane about Lily being MIA, and Kane says he has no idea where they are. He thinks they're safe, and Devin keeps pushing, and Kane says he can't say more because it'll put them in danger. And Devin is shocked. He pushes for more, but Kane won't talk, and Devin finally gives up and goes. Phyllis shows up and tells Kane, yes, I got your messages asking to reunite, and she wants to know why he would want her after her betrayal. And Kane says he's not mad. He understands why Phyllis did what she did. And Phyllis reiterates that Victor was bluffing about Lily, and she asks about Devin and if Victor still has Lily. And Phyllis wonders if Kane is trying to seduce and betray her. But he's telling Phyllis she can fix everything for him, but she won't cave. So Kane traps her in the Kane train and says he's gonna get what he wants, and he's got a huge guard there blocking the door, making sure Phyllis can't get away. So now he's basically kidnapped her, which I think is funny. Thursday, February 26th. Kane admits something to Phyllis, and maybe it's he betrayed her. Maybe he's gonna apologize, admit that he needs her, to please give Newman Enterprises back to Victor. I cannot imagine anything Kane will say that will get Phyllis to do what he wants. I can't see anything. We'll find out. Noah is ecstatic that Sienna is back, but now he's afraid for her safety because Matt is free and obviously in town since he's texting threats. So Nick, Sharon, and Noah and Sienna talk about Matt. Detective James Burrow joins them, and I'm sure Noah, if he's smart, will show him the text. And Sienna may wonder if she's safer in Los Angeles or in Gen City now that Matt is free. Nate and Devin demand that Victor tell them where Lily is, and we'll see what prompts them to go to Victor, since Kane wasn't really giving them a lot of info. Nate and Devin return from talking to Victor and tell Abby they have a lead and are gonna go look for Lily. But I wonder if that lead comes from Kane or Victor, because I don't know why he would tell Devin. Any aspect of the truth like, oh yeah, I did fake kidnap your sister. You know, Friday, February 27th, Audra gets Sally to pause and think a minute before she makes a mistake. And this may be about taking Billy back or giving back Newman Media. Audra doesn't want either thing to happen. Lauren gets an unexpected offer, and it may be about Beyond the Gates. They keep name-dropping her, and F. Moore's about a purse. Collaboration. Nick and Victoria get a trap ready. I'm assuming it's for Phyllis. Maybe Nick has changed his mind. It is now. Willing to use the kids against her because he's hopped up on drugs and is raging. But at this point, Summer and Daniel have both already cut Phyllis out, so I'm not sure why it would work the week of March 2nd through the 6th. We'll see if Victoria and Nick's trap works, and how long till Phyllis is out of Can's trap as well. She might walk out of one trap into another. Christine pushes to get Mariah remanded to a psychiatric facility instead of prison. I expect an off-screen plea bargain, not a full courtroom scene, but that may. Upset Devin and Abby, Nate and Devin go searching for Lily. We'll get an update on her soon. Crystal Adana was back filming in early February. I expect to see her back by mid-March at the latest. Billy keeps going downhill, and in his spiral, he may get closer to Phyllis, especially after Kane's latest trapping stunt. Lauren makes a decision about the offer she receives. Matt Clark's already terrorizing Noah, and that's going to escalate. We're going to have Big Matt versus the Newmans showdown in March. Sienna's going to be in danger, along with Noah, the other Newmans, maybe the Abbotts too, since they grabbed him and locked him up. And the family's concern about Nick grows, because he's either groggy and overly chill or kind of hyper-aggressive, and he's showing signs of addiction. His pain's still an issue, but everybody's distracted by Matt and the Newman business, so I think they might be missing red flags. Nick's gonna run out of fentanyl, and what then?